Hi everyone, this is Kat of Catalyst Holistic Life Coaching, and I'm here to do your weekly guidance reading for the week of December 8th through the 15th. So we're continuing to move through Sagittarius energy. We've got a full moon coming up later this week, and we've also got an alignment of Chiron, which is an asteroid moving direct. It's been retrograde for quite a while now, and so it's aligning with that full moon energy. And Chiron's known as like the wounded healer, so we could really experience a sudden healing in a certain area of our life that we've been trying to really work towards over the last few years. This week I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot. Then we've got your animal spirit guide, your crystal that will be helpful, a work your light guidance, and a wild offering. So this is just for the general collective, so if it doesn't resonate with you, there could be a few underlying messages as the reading goes on, so just be open to seeing how that plays out for you. It can appear in many different aspects, so let's jump into it. So the first card we have is the Five of Pentacles. So somebody may be feeling a sense of loss. This could either be financially or romantically, since this is a rose. They're looking at this as something to grieve over, or kind of worry about what the next step is now that something has kind of died away. This could be maybe something that didn't quite come to fruition like you hoped it would have. Maybe some sort of project or something you were really hoping to gain. And while it's good to kind of mourn these things it's a feeling that naturally comes up, a sense of loss, but it's also, this is just a single rose, and there is so many other opportunities to pick another chance and something that's maybe more grounded and beautiful and not just kind of plucked and going to wilt away immediately. Like, this is something that maybe we can find to appreciate in a more grounded way, since we are working in Pentacles. Maybe there's something that didn't have very strong roots in the first place, and so it was kind of important for it to die away to make room for whatever was coming next. Because even in all of this, there's still, it's not the last rose. It's not that there aren't going to be other opportunities to have this flower, this rose, and you can even find it. You may find a dozen roses and something that's much more fulfilling and not going to be more lasting. Okay. Because coming in the second card, we have the Chariot. So this is really going to be calling on your own personal power this week. The Chariot is somebody who's triumphant and pushing forward. It may not be very fast movement, but it's somebody who's really tapping into, and see, we've also got another pentacle here. So finding that strength, finding that one piece of silver lining that maybe you were able to take out of this loss and use it as your willpower to push you forward. Use it as your strength to keep you going. Because this shouldn't be something that should keep you from your true power. Because we're now moving into the sun, where we've also got the intuition and knowledge of the moon. Now that we have had this experience of our lows, we also get to experience the highs. So this full moon, which is happening on Thursday, could be illuminating something that you are going to be losing, that you are kind of worried about losing. And maybe if this isn't something that you're going to lose, it could be something that you're afraid of losing, and so you're kind of holding on to that piece to keep you going. Maybe your values, what you hold dear to you are kind of brought more to light. And so you're actually finding this new passion to move forward with. Okay, and then coming to our last card, we've got the 10 of Wands. So a 10 is the end of a cycle. And with it being the wands, wands have to do with our passions. So I feel like this, for some of you, either has to do with a relationship, someone really close to you, or something work-wise, your what you hope to put out into the world for your work. And this is just kind of overburdening. All the weight is being pressured. You're feeling the pressure come on. But since this is a 10 and it's the end of a cycle, like all of this comes bearing down, so you can finally push forward and say, you know, what is it that I really want? I don't want to be caught up in these branches anymore. You could maybe feel trapped by all of this because you're not sure which direction to go. There could be a lot of people looking at you to go a certain way. You could have so many things going on, or things piling up on you that you're not quite sure how to shake and pursue forward. And so you're feeling kind of uncertain in yourself, and you're worrying about losing any of these aspects. These could all be different aspects of your life that have really made up who you are, and you're not quite ready to kind of let that burden go. You want to kind of keep trudging on with all this weight. But as soon as you kind of cut your losses, cut out what's just dying away and no longer serving you, because these are just dead branches, you'll be able to actually feel so much lighter and more free and be able to push forward and really just actually do what you're passionate about. Even though it seems like this may be a loss, like you're gonna feel so much better when you actually just shake off what isn't working for you anymore. Take that little wisdom, that little knowledge that you did learn from all of this, and continue to at least carry that part with you, because that will be your strength moving forward. All right, so we're going to move into our animal spirit guide for the week. We have porcupine spirit, time for a beginner mind. So you could be feeling kind of mentally bogged down. This could be a lot of old thoughts and patterns about yourself, that, or old belief systems that you've had, that maybe you feel like you have to take on all this burden, all this responsibility. But porcupine is also like an animal of innocence and play. So this is really saying that it's time to kind of rethink how you're living, time to rethink how you look at yourself, how you look at your life, and get this new perspective of how you want to move forward. And even with the horse spirit, like horse spirit is really free and untamed. So really trying to actually look at things with brand new eyes and actually have a sense of innocence. Like, yeah, maybe you've gone through some heartbreak, maybe you've gone through this really rough period, but again, with this 10 being an end, it doesn't have to keep being this way. You can continue to push forward in a much happier, more free way. Okay, and then coming for a good crystal energy to use for this week is black tourmaline. I personally really like black tourmaline for grounding. It's really dense and really nice, but this one specifically is for protection. Any sort of black stone is really good for protection. So, and I'm seeing a lot of reds and blacks in here too. So a lot of you are needing to get grounded, needing to recenter yourself in what's important, recenter yourself in how you really want to feel. And if this is like overbearing energy from other people, you maybe need to kind of protect yourself from people who are kind of draining your energy. Maybe you're giving up, some of you might be giving up a friend group or certain family members that are just being really draining on your lifestyle. And you may need to call in some extra protection, whether this is cutting people off, or just not allowing them to be as present in your life as you would like. If you don't necessarily want to just completely cut them out, just know where your boundaries are. Like setting good boundaries is another good protection. Knowing how to say no. All of these are really good practices for protecting your energy. Okay, so then moving into our working your light. So how to stay light in this situation. We have Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So, some of you may, if you are dealing with family, like maybe you've had a loss of a family member and you're not quite sure, like you feel like all the responsibility of the family is on you now, and you're feeling kind of constrained to this, you're feeling really stressed out. But just knowing that those who have passed are still with you, they're still there supporting you, and you can call on their support whenever you need it. And also just knowing if this isn't about losing a family member and you're just feeling unsupported, just know who your support circle is, and maybe tapping into some of your more ancestral power, if that's something you're interested in, looking into like past records of your family, different strengths that they carry with them. If your family has certain lineages that you find really interesting, all of this can be really helpful in kind of grounding you in who you really are and where you came from. All right. And then a wild offering or a little affirmation that you can give yourself throughout the week is self-love. Show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. So again, that kind of beginner mind, that inner child is really important, whatever this burden feels like that's coming on to you. You really have to make sure that you're nourishing yourself and your inner child when you're dealing with this kind of heavy energy. You have to make sure to still be playful, still take time to actually be yourself. And if this is something you're feeling a lot of guilt about too, this could be a card of guilt. Making sure to, really forgive yourself and set yourself free from that kind of thinking, because you are protected, and you are, even though this feels like a burden, it's not going to last forever. So just being gentle with yourself as these feelings come through and allowing them to make you feel however you want to feel, but also not attaching so much to, this is my fault, how am I going to do this? Like, don't bog yourself down. Like, this is a chance to actually unburden yourself from these old problems and continue to move forward. Okay, so I think that's all I have for you for this weekly reading. Just a couple announcements I'd like to make. I am teaching a workshop on Thursday for the full moon. It is a yoga flow / intention circle here at Your Yoga Bozeman in downtown area. And it's 7:30 to 9, and it's going to be kind of a collective, like, group intention circle, setting intentions for the full moon, what we'd like to release. And then just an hour-long yoga flow that I'm kind of coordinating to match with the energies and helping us to kind of release and guide through that. So if you'd like more info on that, I'm going to link sorry, my words are escaping me today. Link the event down below, and you can register online or just walk in, whichever is welcome. So I hope to see some of you there. I hope this reading really resonated. If it did, feel free to message me. If you'd like a private reading, I also do those. So I hope you have a great week. Remember to love yourselves. Like, that's really important. When this full moon comes up, it can make us feel really emotional. So make sure to just love all over yourself. So thanks so much again. We'll see you next time.